But you were away at college at that time, but I heard all about you, of course.
And you know, in Dayton, the reunion was in Dayton so many, many years before it was even thought of going somewhere else. I mean, every year we look forward to Dayton. And then one day, Glenna approached Georgia folks and said, why don't we do something in Georgia? That's our roots. And I think that's where we went to your Aunt Nate's house. And they would kill a pig. Did you come?
Yes, yes.
Okay, and see, you and I were probably so young then.
Listen, like we were saying, they would cook it, the guys would cook it all night. They'd sit around the fire.
And I think we had it there a couple of times.
A few times.
If I can remember.
Yes. Yes.
We want tapings of everybody's thoughts.
Yeah, but that,
not on the wall. You got to come around the table.
After that we still, after Nate, we came back to Dayton. It was still Dayton and Georgia, but Georgia being at Nate's and Baker's.
Right.
Until one day.
No, he passed.
He passed, but Nate is doing pretty good. But then I remember Glenna approaching a baby sister and others and saying, we want to come to Georgia again. That was maybe after the Nate and Baker.
Right.
And we started thinking, yes, we can do this. And I'm trying to think if it was during someone's death that discussion came up. Maybe we were up here we could have been for a reunion, or we could have been up here for Grandmama's funeral. I don't remember where we were when it came up. But we didn't do it that year that a baby sister and Glenna talked about it, but we were happy to call the next year and say we want it in Georgia, in Atlanta. And that's when we kind of started to go from place to place.
Right.
That's what I remember.
I remember when my father, he stood up one year and said, I want to have it in Jersey.
Yes, yes.
The next year it was in Jersey, you know. So.
And that was after the Georgia.
It was just, because we used to, like you said, otherwise it used to be Dayton, and everybody would come to Dayton. Then it went to Georgia. And
we wanted to give folks in Dayton a break. I think that's what it was. Give us a break. We've had it for years and years and years and years and years.
And it's not easy to have it. It's a lot of work and a lot of planning.
Then we decided to have it in Chicago.
Yes, yes. We had the Chicago Kenosha. So it was actually in Kenosha.
Yeah. Now that's where
and
I remember
the Chicago people joined in with Kenosha.
That's how I recall it too.
And now they just faded out.
Well, a lot of them are part of the Georgia group. The Kenosha crowd joined the Georgia chapter. But what were you saying, Rudy?
I was saying that, we used to have the meetings. We had the meetings, Kenosha and Chicago would come together and have the meetings and try to find out how we want to have it and where we want to have it. And we used to have it at the, was it the Shriners?
It was something Marcus was a member.
Marcus
was
it
Shriners or Union or
something
like
pertaining to that.
Here, we need to write these things down.
Site.
5 years from now, I won't remember what I said today. You may not remember it tomorrow.
Yeah, I won't remember tomorrow what I said.
Wow, you're good tomorrow. What about this evening?
And we did it there several times.
And recording at the same time, I believe. Good morning, James.
I can truly say, though, that if I had not been attending reunions, I wouldn't know nearly as many people that are in our family that I know. I might have never met most of them, because when would we have met them?
Right.
We would never meet until we go to a funeral.
Right.
Yeah,
and then you would be so sad you wouldn't get a chance to meet everybody. Not really.
Right.
Just be coming, go on.
Yeah.
And so here we are in 2009 in Detroit, and we are so happy to be here.
Yeah.
And we're sad that so many of our family are not here. They're either gone on or they're not able to be here. But I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad to see everybody that I'm seeing this weekend.
That's right.
Oh, that's
Yes.
That makes it all worth it.
But it was just the preparation, because I remember when we were able to have everyone to come to the Chicago Kenosha Family Club site for the reunion. Just the preparation. I was very fortunate and honored at that time to be the president, which I didn't volunteer for. I got
drafted.
yeah, but,
And the honorable person you are
yeah.
stood to it and
yeah, right, and got beat up every meeting. But
make sure you have the backbone.
just you doing the greens and you doing the beans and you doing the macaroni and cheese. It was, at that time, it was like a potluck.
It was a
Yeah.
potluck.
And everybody was assigned to bring
Could
something.
do
Yes,
something.
yes.
And everyone knew that we had to have enough food to feed everybody and have some food to take to the hotel or to wherever you were staying. And
Because we love to eat.
you had the cakes and you had the pies and
Oh, wow.
and you talking about everybody was just so cooperative. I mean, it wasn't this, why don't so-and-so do this and I do that, or you do this and I'll do that. But we pretty much knew what everyone's specialty was. Or if we didn't, somebody would say, hey, now she's going to put her foot, in this banana pudding. So let her do the banana pudding, no problem, okay?
Yeah, speaking
But
about
just-
putting the foot into it, CW had a good story last night. He said he used to always tell the kids that, yeah, I put my foot in it today.
Yeah.
They said the kids wouldn't eat it because they really started putting he had us dying laughing last
Did
night.
that literally.
Yeah.
And see, those are the kinds of terms that,
Yes.
just flow so freely that we take for granted.
Yes.
That, our younger generation don't understand the language that we used to use when we talk about how good things are.
That's right.
I know I came in the house, well, I'm not getting off track. But just the mere fact of people, volunteering to bring the green beans, squash, macaroni and cheese, cakes, pies, and then having to transport it. Now, you bought the ears of corn, you got to clean the corn, you got to clean the greens. People don't think about these things.
No.
But when you are actually hosting and you have to provide that food, so now and then the barbecuing where, as we know how the men would get together and the night before and cook that pig all night. And so now you got the barbecuing going on, so they were hanging out the night before, cooking all the ribs and drinking all the beer and all the other good things that they drink.
And the moonshine.
and just having a fun and a ball time and laughing and hollering and screaming. And you'd be looking, what in the world is going on over there? And the men are just hollering and screaming and laughing and barbecuing at the same time. It was just such a beautiful time,
And they used to enjoy it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It was a labor of love.
Chopped
It
the
was
meat
actually
up.
a labor of love,
They used to call us over and say, come here, let me show you this here. Look what I'm doing, Like, okay, well, I don't mess with the hog. I don't mess with it.
Yeah.
But it was
But those
very
were
interesting.
times that I remember about how everyone would come together and, everyone would do their favorite dish or make sure we have our list of all of the things that we wanted to make sure that the types of foods that we had and had to check off, make sure everything was taken care of and transporting the food and transporting anyone that may not have had transportation and getting there and just setting up, It's
was
more
part of
than a
it.
notion to put on a family reunion, like E.T. is saying. And each and every one of us know that, but it was just a labor of love, and I mean, when it was over with, you were just dead tired.
Being out.
Happy as well.
Man, oh yes, absolutely. But just the mere fact that you knew that you were able to participate finally, as one of the hosts was just such a great feeling.